All right, welcome back to another video. Hey, it's July 4th here in Chicago, and it's almost midnight, and my neighbors are still shooting off fireworks. So if you guys hear those in the background, I apologize, but such is life. Secondly, this video is not sponsored by anybody. I pay for everything myself, so you guys can rest assured that I'm not trying to sell you anything. But I also want to tell you that I'm not trying to dissuade you from buying anything either. This is information that I found out, and I think that it's important to pass this along because I haven't seen it talked about in any of the videos that I've seen. I watch a lot of Brady Bissett videos, and the first thing that you learn from watching a Brady Bissett video, well, the first thing that I learned is that I didn't have enough lights, and particularly, I didn't have enough practical lights. And so I went out and I wanted to get the very best lights that I could get for the amount of money that I had. And so I went and I bought Infinibars. So first of all, let's talk about what this light is. This is Aputure's flagship sort of RGB lighting tube. There is one that they make for Amaran that's kind of mid-level, but this is their flagship. And just to kind of understand who Amaran is, to me, Amaran strikes me as the Apple of lighting. And so there are a lot of other light tubes out there, and some of them are really bad, some of them are really great. But to me, this is the flagship light bar. And I could have gone with the Amaran one, but I just thought if I'm gonna buy expensive light bars, I wanna buy this one. And so I made that choice. Again, I'm not passing this blame on to anybody. All right, and so with that being said, I want to kind of explain that this 2-foot Infinibar is $480, okay? $480. This 4-foot one is $650. And then they have a 1-foot one that's sort of the size of this MT Pro that is $300. I didn't buy the 1-foot one. I bought this MT Pro in place of it, and I'll explain to you guys why I did that in another video, in the full review. Okay, so with all of that in mind, here's the major flaw. Oh, I should talk about power first. This light bar at 100% intensity, the battery will give you 2 hours of recording time, or of light time, of whatever. And so it's important to say that this light bar here, this 4-foot light bar right now is only at 13%. So that's how much output you get at 13%. This is 100%. Crazy amount of light. Can't even imagine how much light this is, but that is 100%. And so remember, at 100%, you get 2 hours on this battery. That's what they market it as. That's what they told me I would get from this light bar, 2 hours. Now, that is also the same with this PB6, this 2-foot light bar, okay? And so you guys are gonna see this light come on my face, and this is at 3%. And so we were filming a scene. And we were never using the light bars at anything higher than 40%, because we knew that we needed a little bit more than 2 hours, but nothing more than 2.5 hours. And so we were using it at less than 50%, and also to conserve power, we were toggling it on and off when we weren't using it. And so as you can see, I am using the app to toggle this thing on and off. There's a little toggle switch right here that toggles it on and off. Or so we thought. So here's the major flaw. You would assume that this light bar is off. And when it's off, it's not using any power. It's not draining the battery. That is not true. If you do not go to the back of this thing and flip this switch off, you're going to lose power. To me, that is a major flaw on your flagship light bar, especially one that costs $480. Now, I will admit that maybe I should know better. And people who have been in the industry long, maybe you guys can tell me down in the comments, but it feels like that should happen. Because if it did, this toggle switch shouldn't exist. And so, here's where I'm coming from. Let's talk about my A7 IV. There's a setting that asks you how long of inactivity before the camera shuts down. Whatever that number is, I know that whenever I leave this camera inactive, it shuts down. And I never worry about how much battery I have left when that happens, because it doesn't use the battery. And if it does, it's enough to be inconsequential. This is a major flaw, especially if you are someone who's depending on their selling point of 2 hours of battery time at 100%. I feel like that shouldn't happen. Anyway, all of that to say, I still love this light. You guys can see that it looks great. I still love it. I would buy it again, but I really wish that didn't happen. Oh, and here's the other, I think, design flaw. And maybe I'm being nitpicky, but the way that I was using this light is that it has these two magnets on it, and these magnets are really strong. In fact, when you magnetize it to something, you gotta watch your fingers, or you can jam your fingers if you have big fingers like me. I don't know the size of people's fingers, but you can pinch your fingers, and it's really strong. And so, if I have this magnetized to something, now that I know I have to actually come and hit this switch, I don't know that the back of it is the best place to have this switch. I think maybe, since there's a charging port here, it could have been next to the charging port. Anyway, all of that to say, I think this is a major flaw. I hope that maybe this is something that can be fixed with a firmware update. Maybe it can't, I don't know. Let's talk about it down in the comments. I think that's it. That's the video that I wanted to make. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Jamil. This is a boy named Jamil. Let's make video horizontal again. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.